Step 6. Select the northeast, so here's our northeast data, for the 4 quarters, so all 4 quarters, and then display the Quick Analyst Totals Gallery. Click the second sum option, the sixth in the gallery, which displays the column selection in yellow. Okay, so we're going to highlight cells B4, hold our mouse down to cell E4, and then we have the Quick Analyst tool. If you're on Mac, you want to come up into the home and use Sigma formula, or you want to go into formulas and you want to use the auto sum. Okay, but we're being asked, so we're going to, here on a PC, stay on cells B4 to E4, and we're going to click the Quick Analyst tool. And on totals, we're going to go to the second sum. So here's our first sum, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and here's our second sum. So we're going to click that. And then it says, copy the formula down the cells through F7. So do notice what just happened. If we click in our total cell, we just summed up B4 to E4. And now we're going to copy the formula down, and it will calculate the southwest total, cells C, B5 to E5. It will calculate the west total, cell E6 to E6, and give us totals all the way down. So we're going to grab our autofill handle. You notice how my mouse changed from a white plus to a black plus once I was over autofill. And I'm going to fill it all the way down, and it says through F7, so it does want the totals as well. I'm going to save, and that's the end of step 7. We just finished step 6. I apologize for saying step 7. We are now on step 7. Apply the accounting number format to the first row of sales figures. So, and the total row. So we're going to go here. Our first row of sales figures is B4, including the total is F4. And then we're going to come up to the home tab to our numbers panel, and we're going to come down here and we're going to click all the way to accounting number format. Now the difference between accounting and currency is that accounting will always place the dollar symbol on the far left of the cell. It will also always line up the decimals, which is significantly different than currency, which will move the dollar sign all over the place depending on your money amount. So I'm going to click accounting. I'm going to go ahead and save because you're making several changes in step 7 and you want to make sure that they're all applied and graded. And the column style to the remaining sales figures. So here's the remaining sales figures. I'm going to go ahead and highlight B5 all the way through F7. I'm going to come up into my home tab, into the numbers panel, and I'm going to apply comma style. Now you'll look here and you don't see it. There are more number formats down here. And the other thing is mine defaults and shows comma style right here. You see that big comma? So you may have to look for yours or look in your number panel. I'm going to click comma and you'll see we do have a decimal now, and for every 3 place values we have a comma. After that it says format the total rows in row 7. So here's our total row right down here. With the total cell style. So we're going to come back up to cell styles, which was in the home tab. Come down here, and in titles and headings, we're going to go all the way across till we have the total cell style. And that's the end of step 7. Step 8, insert a new row 6. Okay, here's row 6. And if we click on cell A6 and right click, we have the insert. It's asking us, do we want to insert an entire cell or an entire row? We want to insert an entire row. So we click OK. And it wants us to call it the Midwest and enter the following figures. I'm going to pause the video and type them in. Why don't you type them in too? And then we'll get to the rest of step 8. We're on step 8 and we were asked to enter data for cell B6, C6, D6, and E6, as well as the new title of Midwest. Now we're asked to copy the formula from F5 down to F6. Okay, so if you click on F5, you have your total of sum equals BE E5. Well, we want a sum of B6 E6. So we can just come and click on cell F5, get our autofill handle, pull down 1 and let go, and the formula is copied again to sum for us of B6 all the way through E6. And that's the end of step 8. You know me, I like to save. Step 9, using absolute cell reference as necessary so that you copy the formula in cell G4. So we're going to go up here to G4. I'm going to go ahead and re-highlight that for you so you know where we're kind of moving to. Construct a formula to calculate the percent total sales for the first region, and then copy the formula down for the remaining regions. Okay, I'm going to take our color off of our Midwest region because we are all done over there. And I'm going to go back up here and calculate total sales. If we think about what total sales is, Northwest sold $846,635.12 in their 4 quarters. However, we had a total sale, if you look down here, of $2,953,441.38. So what we need to do is to actually divide 846,000 or cell F4 by cell F8, the total. When we write a formula in Excel, we always start with the equal sign. And then by being told that we need absolute cell references and cell references, Excel in this activity is asking us not to type this cell number. We need to work right now with cell F4. It wants us to click cell F4. All right? Don't type it, click it, more accurate. Then hit your division key, which is beneath your question mark on your keyboard, and come down and click cell F8. However, here is where absolute cell reference becomes important. We're going to make this formula go down. If we pull this formula down, the next cell will be F5, then F6, and F7. And you see, it would just progress. Excel would think you would want to progress and would want to take F8 and make F9, F10, and so forth. Well, we want to keep the total in our formula, which is F8, consistent, non-changing, and absolute. So I am going to highlight cell F8, and then I'm going to hit my F4 key. My F4 key is located above my numbers on my laptop keyboard. It should be above your numbers on a traditional PC or Mac as well. If you can't figure out how to do that, you can also just go for a PC. I'm going Shift and the number 4 before my column of F, and Shift and the number 4 before my column of A, and that gives me the dollar symbol. And that dollar symbol is saying, I absolutely want you to go to column F. Here's my column F right here. And I absolutely want you to go to cell 8 in column F. So only take your value from cell F8 all the way down the formula. I hope that explains absolute reference for you. I went ahead and saved, so I'm going to go ahead and copy that total all the way down. And we don't want to total at the total. And so now you can see about 28% of our sales came from the Northeast region. But look at this. Our biggest sale is the $1 million sales out at the West region. And we have a 37% sales out there. So it looks like we're on track with our formula. I'm going to go ahead and save for step 9. And we'll on down.